Arnie needed a new roof on the stables and hired a roofer. $16,000 to do a roof.
For that kind of money, you expect some good job to be done.
First little bit of wind we got, the shingles were blowing off into the horse paddock.
That's gonna come down easy.
What's under every roof is what matters. In this case, it's animals, and we're gonna take care of them. Arnie, a fine old gentleman from Denmark, moved in this area almost 40 years ago. Bought himself beautiful farmland. I love this. This is outdoor nature. Arnie likes horses.
Ever since I was a baby almost, I had a pony. It's a nice animal to have. I like them.
His whole life has been working with horses. It wasn't apparent to me after I got in the military did I find out that he was in the Danish cavalry. That started his first love and fondness towards horses.
Sometimes you get a couple of horses you like, so you don't want to sell them. You just keep them as a pet.
He got to meet Xavier and his mother, Kirith. She brought a horse in, they watched it, maintained it. What happened over the time period was there was a tragic accident from Arnie.
A horse basically smashed in his head, and he was in the hospital for 3 months. At that time, all his boarders left, and it was just Xavier and I left. And when he got back, he went back to doing everything himself.
Arnie needed a new roof on the stables and hired a roofer, and it's a really poor roof. And I kind of hate this. It was a lot of money, $16,000 to do a roof.
He was worried about his hay getting wet. That's what he uses to feed his horses for the whole year. Without the hay, it's like he can't afford to keep these horses.
He grows his own hay in the back field, and then that hay is getting rotten. That's no good. He can't feed the horses with it.
Yeah, and this, and this is horses that he rescued. These are horses that were going to be sent to slaughterhouses.
It's a lifesaver, because if I don't take them in, they're going to be put down and used for fertilizer or things like that.
Everything he does is all about his horses, Crown, Bailey, the other 3 he has here. And losing the hay and having to get rid of them would be like just a blow to the gut for him.
Arnie's not a dumb man. He got 3 quotes. He knew what he was doing. He knew he needed a new roof.
So a guy came and fixed the roof, supposedly. Not even 2 weeks later, first little bit of wind we got, the shingles were blowing off into the horse paddocks. They were all over the place.
He came back, took the shingles that blew off, nailed them back up, left. He came back, did the same thing again. They blew off again. It's clear it hasn't been done correctly.
As the weeks went on, he'd come once in a while, and then he didn't come at all.
And then every time a big storm came through, or wind or rain, more shingles would blow off.
Yeah.
And then we got really worried because all the nails that had been nailed into the roof with the shingles were landing in the paddocks, and we worried if a horse stepped on it, that could be the end of the horse. It could kill it.
Myself and Kirith were hounding him. I ended up finding out where he lived, went to his house personally and said, hey, what gives, man?
The guy, he was hiding in the basement, I think.
He never came back, even after visiting him at his house, everything.
I think I was screwed. What do you think? The barn is 36 years.
A little bit of possible tuck pointing on the block. You've had some shifting in the structure. At least it's not leaning, so that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm noticing the windows, you have bars on the inside. Is that so the horses don't chew at the windows?
Yeah.
There's a few issues. I don't like the end gables on the stables themselves. The roof, it appears to be dipping. I'm gonna have to look into the structure. And a little bit of tuck pointing, more than likely on the block itself. I'm gonna go meet Kirith and Xavier.
Yeah.
And I'll let you know what I find, because I see a little bit more than the roof.
Yeah.
You know, after putting so much effort in over these decades, and then at the end of it all, having to lose it because of a piss-poor job that was done on the farm, I think it'd be very disheartening for him.
Nice meeting you.
Pleasure.
Nice meeting you.
Yeah.
Good to meet you.
You too.
Well, hello.
Hello.
Hi there.
Xavier, is that correct?
Yeah, I'm Xavier.
Just call me Mike.
Kirith.
My hands
Yes.
Kirith?
Yes, nice to meet you.
And who's this?
This is Crown.
Crown. Hi, Crown. It's really nice to see that Xavier and Kira took on the responsibility of taking care of the horses and taking care of Arnie, so a relationship grew there.
After he had his injury, everyone that was boarding here left, and it was just Arnie and his horses. And you know, his grandson lives far away, and his granddaughter lives far away, so it was so hard for him to get any help.
Do you live in the area?
I live in the area, just like 10 minutes down the road. What worried us the most was when we drove up here one day and we see Arnie going up the ladder to try to nail down these shingles. The ladder wasn't even engaged, the safety wasn't on, so he could have crashed and fallen off that ladder at any time, and that could have been it for him. So that's what upset us the most, was that his bad work could have cost somebody their life.
Anything else in here you think that needs to be addressed that you know of?
Yeah, it's the water. You know, in the summer months it's great, but in the winter months, he's carrying hot water buckets from the house back to the barn just so that they can have water that's not frozen in the buckets.
Yeah, this is the main tap here.
So it freezes right here.
Right in the elbow.
And on the other side of the wall as well.
Okay.
An hour with a blowtorch and we'll finally have some running water. And then we use this big meat hook to smash the ice on top of the bucket, to then fill those little buckets to take them to every stall to put water in the horses'
To make
buckets.
sure they have water.
These horses absolutely mean everything to him. If he had to get rid of them or couldn't afford to feed them anymore, honestly, I don't know what that would mean for Arnie. I think he'd just give up at that point.
Yeah.
The horses keep him going.
All right, let me talk to a few different people and see what we can do. I want to install a steel roof because it's guaranteed to last 50 years. New windows that you can easily open, and maybe a stucco finish on the concrete block to help keep out moisture. I'm also going to bring Martin in to see what we can do to make sure that line doesn't freeze in the winter to keep Arnie from trailing with 2 buckets of hot water to try and thaw it out. I mean, here's a guy that's got perseverance. He doesn't stop morning till night, and I want to make it easier for him. You want to help me do this?
Yeah, sure.
You want to help work with
love
us?
to. You know what? I was thinking, I'm like, I'd love to help you guys work on the roof or
So
whatever.
here's a trade. I'm not a big, I don't know a lot about horses. You teach me about horses,
You'll
and I'll
teach me
teach you
about
about construction.
I like it. That
Deal?
works. Deal.
It sounds like Crown really wants to see you. I can hear him.
Yeah, he gets very upset when I walk away.
That is one big dog.
A smart dog, too.
You have to chain that horse in his stall because he'll open it and
knows how to open
wander
the barn.
down the barn. He knows how to open the back of the barn, so the wood's chained down, the door's chained shut,
If you
because
don't-
he plays with the light switch.
And then
Wow.
Arnie goes crazy. He's like, who's out there flipping the light on and off?
Wow.
And it's the horse. Arnie's 88, 89 years old, seeing him get ripped off like this, and the contractor not standing by his work and doing the job that he's supposed to do, that Arnie paid in good faith for him to do and to come back and fix if there was a problem.
For a change, we're not working on a house in the city. We're working on a horse stable up north. Arnie has been here for many years.
Yeah.
Arnie owns the place. He hired a roofer to do the shingles on the roof. The issue was every time there was a little bit of wind, shingles blew off, and I'm going to assume it's the nail pattern. We have scaffold here today?
We have a bit, yeah.
We ready to go to work?
Yes, sir.
Okay. No horsing around. Well, we can see the electrical. This is not what I want to see. Now the wire comes out, runs in a conduit, it comes out of the light. Little things that I'm definitely going to be fixing. There's a cat in here. I push the cat. There's a whole lot of hay in here too. Object is to keep this hay nice and dry for the horse feed. So to bring in a roofer that does a $16,000 roof and just really screw it up, we can see all the staining. It must have leaked really bad for years. I'm not too keen on the outside gable. And looking from outside, you can see a lot of it cupping in. It's just the way they actually structured it. And you know, this is actually... The wall was built in 2 parts, meaning there's a short knee wall about the height of the door and another section directly above that. That's going to make the middle section very weak where they join. Eventually, that wall could buckle in the center, and people or animals down below could have flying debris all over them. Now, it's not really holding up the structure. The collar ties are going to keep care of that, and the collar ties, if you look at it this way, help the roof from pushing the walls down, right? That's what the collar tie does. So it's pretty good here. It should be fixed up on the outside. Imagine just really high winds. We'd easily take this out. Little things, to me, this one's all about the outside, not so much on the inside. That's a big outside. That's for sure. Real big. You can see, Steve, he's face nailed everything here, like right across. So when he came back and shingles were coming up, he just came in and face nailed everything right across. I'm seeing downstairs in the loft area that this is where the leaks is. Clearly those spots that have no shingles.
That is a synthetic felt, you know, a waterproof paper versus a tar paper. So it is the better product. It is a more premium product. But we know from higher up, from the parts that are exposed, that the paper doesn't go right to the top. It was really just bad nailing, sloppy nailing. They nailed above the manufacturer recommended area. These nails are, you know, approximately an inch to inch and a half too high. The regular nailing area is across this area here. Right. These architectural or designer shingles are actually two pieces, and the specific nailing area is actually right along here where it catches both pieces of the shingle.
But this is easy. We'll put up a nice white metal roof.
It's going to be a vertical seamed look, so it'll look, you know, like a traditional barn metal roof. The difference being with the product we're going to use here is it's going to be a little heavier gauge than normal because we don't have a perfectly flat situation here. So with the heavier gauge, we'll get less oil canning, or that look of, you know, dented material.
Right. Since we have those dips and waves and we're going to use a running seam vertically, we should try and correct that as much as we can, shouldn't we?
As much as we can. I mean, for the most part, the roof is fairly flat. There's just that one area there that's kind of more pronounced.
Let's start teaching Xavier. He's really interested in this. He went and bought some steel boots.
Did he?
Yeah, he did. He's like this. Don't put him on the roof, though.
Okay, okay. What do you want to do? Cleaning shingles?
Sure, make them work.
He's been cleaning horse poop for
Well,
last year.
when you start, what do you start doing?
Exactly.
Brooms,
You start at the bottom.
cleaning. You start at the bottom, you work your way to the top, and this is the top, and he's not coming up there.
Awesome, buddy. Okay, thanks, man.
All right.
This is one of those special jobs. We're dealing with rehabilitated horses. We're dealing with hay that has to be stored and protected in order to keep away from the elements. I mean, the horses come in at a certain time at night. They leave at a certain time in the morning. We have to make sure that when we take off sections of that roof that we're able to cover it right away. We don't want that hay getting wet. We don't want to spook the horses. We don't want to be making all kinds of noises while the horses are in there. They get spooked, they could hurt themselves in the stalls. Everything we do here is going to have to be thought out and done carefully.
First day of work's going good. It's tiring. Never done this before, so it's really hot. Just sweating up a lot. And the shingles weigh a little more than you think when you throw them all in a wheelbarrow and start dragging it around.
I love that horse. He just taps his feet. He wants attention. He wants to be rubbed. Plumbing's right here. Don't know if this is the smartest tap that's really going to draw the cold. We may have to change all this here, so I'll talk about plumbing first, then we'll go over electrical. So if we go back in the room here, you'll clearly see this room has been somewhat insulated. We can see the line that comes in from the house.
Well, what I don't like first thing is I'm dealing with a galvanized pipe, right? So that's a first issue. I would get rid of this entirely. I do have plastic actually coming here, and then it does transition to galvanized. So the plumbing here is going to be easy to obviously, you know, get rid of this, replace it with new lines.
And we got to find out what those two lines are.
Yeah.
No, they're right there. Let the electrician show you some plumbing.
Oh, that's pretty good, Frank. All I had to do was bend down and take a look. Okay,
Well, there's probably an old sink that used to be there.
Oh,
so where's the
actually,
trap?
yes. It's countertop.
Where's the drain?
I don't know. That's what I meant. The trap. It's probably underneath the blue thing. Go look for it. You're the plumber. There's an old drain.
Okay, so I probably will end up taking this apart and trying to redress it up and make it fire-friendly and warm. Okay, Martin, you want to go take a look on the outside, please? See what you can see for drainage.
I'll check outside and I'll report back to you.
Thank you, sir. Frankie,
Thank you.
here's the panel.
There's no disconnect before the sub panel. It happens a lot when you get into these smaller jobs.
They're old.
Well, other than being old, it's always someone on a budget, and there's a friend of a friend coming in and helping. Definitely not safe, definitely not done with permits. We're gonna put in a brand new panel.
Let me show you the lighting and some of the other boxes that I see in the ceiling here. A junction here with a nest right above it. There's babies in that nest right now. outside feed.
That's a switch picking up an outside light, I believe.
Okay, that's what I'm gonna guess. I know.
Or is that the one?
I saw you coming. I saw you coming. I saw you coming. How are you? Hey, is this ground?
Oh, you scared the crap right out of me.
He's just a big baby. He thinks he's a dog.
Oh, I thought it was Mike licking my head. They're very large creatures. God's wonderful creatures, but they're large and they terrify me.
You're nervous.
I am.
Don't be nervous. Hi, Bailey. So I guess if you start with just checking the house, checking the feed, the power, let me know what you got.
Definitely.
The structure's still good. So we can fix the structure. We can take a look at that, dress it up just a little bit, play with the lighting, the birds, the horses. You just want to talk to me, don't you? You're gonna chew on the rail? You don't chew on the rail. You want me to take the rail off so you can come in. You just chewed on the rail. Okay, I'm gonna close the door. I don't want you sticking your head in there. He's kicking his feet. You are a big suck. A really big suck, aren't you?
What do you think of your first horse? I'll tell you why I get Arnie. He rehabilitates horses that no one else wants. That's what these guys are. I was able to save these guys from a pound in a puppy mill before they were put down. So Arnie's one of the special people in the world that cares about other things than just the bubble that's around him. Couldn't be dearer to my heart. Come on, sweetie. Wow, eh?
We have a lot of rot. I'm probably gonna have to replace the whole ends, not just the gable, but do a box beam on the outside of this.
Okay.
And any of the flooring, and I'm sure that the other side is identical to this side.
Oh, wow. That's gonna come down easy.
Yeah, I'm surprised it hasn't come down. The shingles come up and this hasn't gone anywhere.
No kidding.
You want to cut it down in a piece or just kick this off and cut it and push it? I don't really care.
Push it, man.
All right.
Best idea wins.
We'll just cut these nails, drop it in two.
Okay. Oh, that's a breeze. Nice. See all the help I gave you there?
Now you can tell we've had an issue before because he's put down another piece of plywood here.
Oh, there's your issue.
Whoa. You know, Arnie, he said to me earlier, he goes, why are you taking the sides down? Look it.
Oh,
that's why.
God.
Arnie doesn't think of these things. You know, for years, he gets up in the morning, does the hay, does the horses feed, water, go, go, go. He's not thinking of his own safety, of easily falling through that floor from the doors being open year-round.
Lovely. Look at this.
All the rot has got to come up. Let's make sure we use all coated lumber up here.
No problem.
Once we replace all the rotting floor, we'll build new framing right from the floor up to the roof line. Then we'll sheet it with a treated plywood. The other end of the barn is worse, so we'll have to do the same there. And I'm gonna come up with a smarter door idea that's safe for Arnie to open and make sure that he gets it closed again, because that's the bad thing. Those doors open up like this, and you can't reach out to close the door. All right, no sweat?
No problem.
I know it's good for you. You're used to this.
Yeah.
Frame?
Framing, baby.
Let's frame. No horsing around. Let's frame. Hey?
Hey.
We've got basically a quarter of the roof shingles, the original shingles, up off the roof.
So how do you feel about the wood?
I mean, it's an older barn. It's, you know, but the wood is sound. You know, it has seen some weather, obviously, where you know, the shingles have blown off, or the roofs prior to this last one. If there's a sheet that we find is bad, we'll replace those sheets. Okay. And those sheets only. And so we're basically ready for blue skin. And blue skin product we're using is a high temperature, which means it you know, has a higher melting temperature than regular ice and water membranes.
Really?
And the reason why we're doing that is because we're putting a metal roof on. Any heat that's going to radiate through that metal, we don't want it melting our ice membrane and dripping out the bottom of the roof.
Wow, what a mess, boys. Yeah. We can't even finish our roofing until we fix this wall. You have your studs facing on the flat. There's no support here. Can you shake that for me, buds? Let's see how strong that wall is. Oh my God, that is terrible, man. This is why you don't just slap up walls. You can't walk anywhere on this front edge. I'm about to go through this floor. Now, this is where it becomes a little dangerous because you can't see anything below our feet. This is all hay. One wrong step, and I'm going through the floor.
With the tarps down, all the nails are landing on them, so we can clean them up all after with the magnet. Because if we missed one and left it in the grass, and if the horse came and stepped on it, it could go through the frog in the bottom of the foot, which could really end a horse's life, because if a horse can't walk, it can't eat, it can't digest. So a nail through the bottom of a horse can either be a really, really big vet bill and not a guaranteed chance of survival, or just having to put a horse down, which is really heartbreaking, especially for these guys, because I love them.
We're continuing with framing up in the barn today. It's gonna take a lot. There's a lot of framing to do. Walls, plywood on the ground. It's gonna take a couple of days.
We're actually taking out the tuck pointing. It's already cracked apart away from the block, and what's happened is the water's actually penetrated into the block and into the tuck point joints. When it freezes up, it expands, and what's happening here is this space here is actually the expansion of the ice separating the block apart from each other. So what we're doing is we're taking away the loose debris, and then we're gonna take a water plug, which is a hydraulic cement. It's 100% waterproof. And we're gonna actually put it in as far as we can and make it flush, so when we stucco it, we won't have more cracks.
Bless you.
I got the hay fever. I'm allergic to horses.
This is a geostone primer that gets rid of all the dust and dirt particles in the block. We're going to be filling all the gaps with a base coat to ensure that water doesn't seep into the mortar joints. Once that's applied and dried, we're going to apply our finish coat.
Howdy, boys.
Hey. What on, buddy?
So from under here, it's a complete mess. I don't even really want you guys walking on that side. I can see the plywood is actually not sitting on the joists.
Yeah, I noticed that.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start roughly, see where your lanyard's going to, Blakey?
Yeah.
Right down from that, a couple feet down. I'm gonna start pounding out that board. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna scab to the side with a 2x6, okay? Take a string line from a few back, just go over it, and all I want you to do is raise that 2x6 up to that line, okay? All we're trying to do is take us slightly out of that dip, boys, okay?
Yeah, no problem.
Here's my next steps. I want to close this barn up because we have all this hay to protect. It doesn't look like weather's coming right now, but it comes in fast here. So we're gonna start by scabbing onto the sides of my 2x6, taking out the dips. We'll then resheet it. I'd like to get some blue skin on it today. I'll get as much on as I can to waterproof it, but I know we're tarping today because I still have the gable end wide open here. I want to get on that in the next couple hours because that's gonna take me a couple hours. I gotta protect the hay.
Look at me, I'm on a horse. And you can do a little scratch and a pat. I like you. There we go.
Yippee-ki-yay!
And so it's like, oh my God, what do I do? So what we're going to do now is learn to jump. And it's going to be demonstrated by Mike.
What?
Yay!
My biggest dream for this property is to create and carry on this business so that people can enjoy the freedoms that this has to offer. For them to come out, enjoy the benefits of riding horses, to feel that freedom or to build that bond with such a large animal.
We just wanted to say how great it was that the Mike Holmes crew is up at Arnie's place. He rescues horses, he races horses. He's been in the horse world for probably 80 years. And the least we could do as up and over and a neighbor and a friend is to return the favor and give them a good time on some horses. Hi, Mike. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Marcel. Nice to meet you.
Welcome to Up and Over.
So we're going to be, I'd say holy cow, but I should say holy horse.
Nice and light. There you go. There you go. Good.
You know, it's awesome. It's pretty nerve-wracking to have a 1,000-pound beast under you that has a mind of its own. You know, we all ride machines, we drive cars, we ride motorcycles, and we're always in control. But not this time.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, that freaked them out.
It's pretty intimidating, I gotta be honest.
Whoa, whoa, okay, let's walk.
Okay, everybody, we are going to trot while you still have your handlers. This is very bumpy. As they trot, feel the 2 beat. So it's up, down, up, down, up, down.
I think I am doing
you
the up,
gotta
down.
watch your boy parts there.
Yippee-ki-yay!
So what we're going to do now is learn to jump. And it's going to be demonstrated by Mike.
What?
Yay!
I've never jumped with a horse before.
Oh, you'll learn quick.
Okay.
Yeah, no, you will learn quick.
Is she nuts?
I was nervous at the beginning. They know that I don't know how to ride a horse. When they know that, they're gonna kick you up, which they've done. Okay. Good boy.
There, nice! Excellent!
Hey!
Whoa. Very good one.
Okay, we're gonna watch Xavier jump this one, okay there, Eddie?
Horseback riding, though.
Whoa.
Whoa! Ride him, cowboy!
She wants to jump. We are not following Xavier. I'm a little sore. I need to get off. I think there's been too much horsing around. We got to get back to work. Come on. Today was really good because we've learned things about the horses. How to work with them, how to feed them, how to treat them, and how to be very nice and careful with the horses.
So he's got pipes that freeze. See the main line coming up there? You see how he's got the heating cable wrapped around it? Yeah. Martin came up with a better decision. He's actually gonna get a hot water tank in here that's actually for farms. Sweet. So I have to keep this a warm area. What does that mean in here?
Carl's gonna get it?
No, the 4 of us are gonna gut this. Hold on. Nice, oh my God.
The wood that Arnie put in the back room looks great, but it will mold eventually. We'll save the wood for Arnie to reuse, and after we fix the plumbing and do the spray foam, we'll put up mold-resistant drywall. The sauna is back, putting a primer coat on the stucco. Once that dries, they'll trowel on the final coat. Joe's here installing a new electrical, and we're starting to rebuild the tack room. You want to call out some measurements, and I'll just do some cuts, and then we'll quickly whip them in, and that way Martin will do it in 5 minutes, and Martin can go ahead and put the plumbing in? Absolutely. Okay.
Mike, can I get one at 115 and 7/8?
115 and 7/8, cheeseburger, cheeseburger. You know, I tell you, as fun as it is working out here with all the horses and the flies, it's only about 1,000 degrees outside. I can't believe how hot it is right now, and it's morning.
This panel, it's at its time. There's all rust, a lot of cobwebs, everything's corroded in here, so there was an issue with moisture getting into here. So we're gonna rip this off, put a new panel, at the same time make it an expandable panel that in the future, if they wanted to run anything else in here, they have that ability.
It's funny because you've noticed they had the taps hidden inside the wall, and then they had what appears to be a pressure release line coming back.
Obviously, in my opinion, wrong material, because you don't want to use galvanized in areas that are exposed to high moisture, right? Like this thing is literally just fell apart in my hands.
We're gonna insulate this whole room. Where'd you want to put the hot water heater?
Actually, ideal place would be right here, because this is going to be my source of water coming in.
It's not normal to put a hot water tank in a stable, but this water tank is state-of-the-art. It's meant for stables because it's all plastic. Plastic on the outside, plastic on the inside. It's a high-grade polyethylene, which gives Arnie the hot water, and it won't be to thaw the pipes.
The water line that comes into this area comes from the house. It runs below grade, 4 feet below frost line, and it's made out of plastic. Considering that this entire room will be insulated, it's going to be a total peace of mind. So even though I'm inside the structure here, I treat this as a cold zone. So it's a good thing to install frost-free hose bibs because there's a temperature difference between this area here and the other side where my hot water tank is going to be installed. So I have my frost-free for my hot and cold. It's going to be a great benefit and improvement, tremendous improvement over what he had before.
I had horses all my life, so I don't want to do without them. I think it's good for you to have something to do all the time. If you haven't got anything to get up for in the morning, you just lay around in the bed till maybe 8, 9 o'clock.
Is that the roof? That's your roof.
I was wondering what the hell it was.
We're starting the application of the steel roof. The lengths are pre-cut, so this particular section is 7 feet, the upper roof 16 foot, so there'll be full panels. We don't have to do any cutting other than a little trimming here and there. It goes fairly fast in that regard. However, it's hot and this material's very reflective. It's a white roof, so it's kind of like being next to a frying pan. We complain about bad weather, but now we complain about weather that's too good. It's probably 3-4 straight days on the roof alone, and then at least 2-3 days to get the cladding and the siding done on the gable ends. So we still have a full work week at least.
This is not a small electrical job. You think about it. Not only are they running conduit to keep everything safe, all new lights, new panel, new hookup for the hot water heater, new heaters, new insulation, new studding, new. We think ahead. I want to make sure that the windows will open up just like the canopy style or the awning style, remote control. The bars are protecting the horses from hitting the glass. The only thing we're not doing is making a living room for the horses. We're using Durarock on the stable floor. It's a rubber product so the horses will have better grip, especially in the wash area where Arnie had his accident. We're also doing a couple special things. One in the center of the stable, the other at the front of the barn.
Damon and I were talking, and we were looking at Arnie's sign at the front of the house, and it's old, it's kind of falling apart. So I had an idea to call up my buddy. He offered to build a sign. Damon gave me the day, and I'm working alongside with JR doing fine carpentry. I'm not used to it, so he's still showing me the ropes, but I'm having a good time, and the sign's gonna look great.
Starting to look like a horse.
We're in the process of installing the steel siding. It's a pre-painted steel product like the roof, a little lighter gauge, so it's got a few more ribs in it. The crew's already put on the Blueskin VP, which is a breathable peel and stick membrane, basically as a weather barrier. These panels are full pieces with seams that get screwed in, but there's no need for strapping these walls because it's not an organic product, doesn't need to breathe all that much, and there is some flutes and battens that actually keep some air behind the product in case it does sweat.
Oh, wow, bud. Is that a stain or is that a paint in the middle of it?
It's a paint in the middle, stain on the top.
Wow, man. Is it like that? It goes on top?
Yeah, you put it right on top.
Oh, JR, man.
Grab one side.
How many guys would it take to hang a sign? What you guys doing? We're watching the guys hang the sign. It's entertainment. I kind of like that.
Arnie has a good cause. He rehabilitates horses. So I think in the process, by us coming here and helping Arnie and his family and his friends who come and volunteer here, I think indirectly, we've also really helped the horses out. Like, I mean, that's our goal by fixing the barn. It's to help the horses and Arnie, but never really think of it that way. We're here to help people a lot of the time, and this way we help two things.
Roof's finished. We're almost finished the siding. The finishing touch on the roof is a weather vane. Very popular item on barns, out on the farm. So we've got a copper rooster that will point out the direction of the wind.
I think this will be great for Arnie.
Yeah.
It's like something really good coming into his life.
This is actually a big day. We're doing something we haven't done before. We're bringing a lot of people, friends, neighbors, volunteers that have helped with the horses previous to this time.
This is how a contractor sets the table.
Unfortunately, the one person who should be here but isn't is Arnie. He had to fly back home to Denmark to be with his family. But Arnie's gonna love it when he does come home. I know Arnie can't be here today, but that's okay. You can actually maybe blindfold him.
Oh,
okay. All right.
When he comes here. But I've got these for you.
For us?
And I really like this. This is Quiet Please, so this is gonna be for you, because I don't want you to see it. I just wanna walk you inside.
Okay.
We're gonna start inside, then I'm gonna bring you outside. So I don't want you to see the outside yet, because I do have a couple of surprises. So you're gonna wear that one. And 10 more minutes for you.
I got the pink one.
You got the pink one. It just means I need 10 more minutes sleep.
Okay, got it. Got it.
So any
I'm
questions? Any questions? Keep them on.
Okay.
Can't see, right?
Can't see.
You feel like a horse with
Honestly.
blinders?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay, so as long as you're holding
me,
each other,
Hager?
I'll take you like this
you
because
got
I'm not
me.
holding your hand.
Oh, no.
All right? Are we ready?
Yes,
We're ready.
Follow me.
Let's go.
Okay, so we're just gonna walk slow. Just gonna take it easy. It's a little bit of a long walk when you're blind, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit.
You feel like a horse right now?
Well, yeah, a horse with blinders, right? Track.
Everyone quiet. We got about another 50, 60 feet to go.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, gosh. Don't trip.
All right, so we're about to take a step. Hold on, still closer. Now step up.
Oh,
Okay.
there it is. Got
Let's
it.
walk
Got it.
right in.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm getting ready. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
You want to be able to see now?
Yes.
I would love that.
Love that.
Take them off.
Oh my God.
Looks a little different.
That's a lot to, oh, I didn't even notice the floor.
Oh my gosh.
This is called Durarock. This is a rubber product. I love it. We can use recycled. Black is a recycled rubber. The rest are pre-made, and we can mix it in any color we want. Now, Troy, actually, he does a lot of these floors for stables because the horses feel really comfortable on it. They won't slip on it. They get to walk through. It's easily cleaned. They even did the curb here with the Durarock. The rubber product is brought right over it, and again, highlighting the colors so the horses see it. And if you see it right in the center there,
Look at that.
Sunset Farm.
That's the logo.
Yeah,
Oh
and
my
they did that within the rubber.
I know.
I'm used to like having to really watch when I'm bringing Crown in or any other horses because that concrete is like ice. They just start slipping all over the place and like shooting their legs out. With the rubber on there, they're gonna have some grip and they're not gonna like be falling on the floor.
Yeah, no more splayed legs.
Yeah, no more.
Yeah, it's gonna be so awesome for them. And for Arnie, he's not gonna slip and fall. The horses aren't gonna slip and fall on him. It's gonna be like a lifesaver. It really is.
Yeah.
I can't stop looking around at
Yeah, no, it's
everything.
like,
it's like there's
what
so
else?
much like taking it all in.
All right, because there's a lot to actually take in. When we look up, we see the new lights. We have the casing. These are very energy efficient bulbs. They take low wattage, but I've left the octagon boxes in place. Why?
Okay.
The bird's
For
nest
the
on there.
bird
Because
nest.
the birds made their nest there. So we look at the windows. One, we want to protect the horses. Two, you want to be able to open the windows. So what we've done, we've actually restudded this room. We have insulated this room. We have finished this room. We have switches in the room which opens all the windows, and they're canopy open windows.
Seriously?
Yes.
Oh.
So you can go in and push buttons, and the windows just automatically open
Fancy.
and automatically close.
Oh my gosh.
Now that they open
Yeah.
out automatically, you can clean the inside from the outside and the
Oh.
outside and close them again. I brought in Martin, redid all the plumbing. We made sure that not only does he not have to go back to the house to get hot water, but there is hot water here.
There's the hot water.
Hot water?
There's a big plastic hot water tank in there, meant for stables. It's really insulated, about this much insulation in the tank. But you do have hot water if you want to wash the horses.
These taps, they don't freeze?
These are freeze-proof, so these will not freeze. You'll always have water, and you'll have
So
hot
no more
water.
blowtorch.
Yeah, no more Arnie standing there with an hour.
With the blowtorch.
No more blowtorch.
That's awesome.
You ready to see outside?
Oh,
Yes.
Now you don't have to wear the blindfold.
All right, awesome.
Here they are, guys. We've invited friends, neighbors, all the volunteers that have helped you, and thought this would be a great celebration that everyone's here. But before we go over and have a nice little barbecue and say hi to everyone, I had to bring John, my landscaper, in simply because we did a lot of damage, and I know Arnie's very particular with his grass.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's going to be happy when he returns. He not only did the grass, he's actually put in all kinds of flowers and beautiful shrubs.
Gorgeous.
Isn't it? Look at those windows. Look at the roof. Now, we want to use white, and the reason we want to use white is really simple, is because it will reflect the sun and not push the heat inside.
Right.
That's a metal roof. That's 50 years. You see that wonderful rooster on top?
Oh, look at that.
See the sign?
Sunset Farm sign. That's
Now,
awesome.
that was done. His name is JR, and he made this on his own, and I really like that.
It's gorgeous.
That's beautiful.
Isn't that nice?
It adds it's a really nice touch.
My heart nearly stopped. I had goosebumps when I saw that outside of that barn and the landscaping that was done and the logo and the sign.
And wait till I walk you around the end and show you the end with all the new doors. Now they just open like an accordion. You pass the hay in, you pass the hay out, do what you need to do, close the doors, and keep the heat inside for the winter, as well as keep the cool inside for the summer.
Right.
That's gonna be awesome. You know, you come back, you're expecting like just a metal roof. Like they came here to fix the shingle, put it on a roof, and they've redone the concrete, they've put in windows, they've painted the inside, they put rubber on the floor.
Plumbing, electrical, it's insane. It's
crazy.
Now, as far as I'm concerned, not just designing this for the horses in the future, but also to invite people back. That's why it looks so good from the road. They're going to clearly see this place.
Yeah.
Having your friends and neighbors here, just being part of this. Now I'm just kind of hoping that there'll be more horses, more fun, and more education when it comes to you teaching the next generation.
That's true.
Arnie will love the extra company too.
Oh yeah.
It is great for more people to be around.
It'll be nice.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe get some boarders back in. After Arnie had his accident, everyone left. They're like, this barn's unsafe. We don't want Arnie in charge of our horses in case he gets injured. And now everyone's just like, we're hoping they all want to flood back into the barn.
People will want to come back. It's going to be so much safer. You know, it's going to be safer for Arnie. The horses will be safe. So people will want to be here.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm hungry, and I can smell that cheeseburger. I want a cheeseburger. Let's go.
Good.
Good. Good.
Thank you so much, you guys.
Thank you for all your help. It's clear we really thought about the horses. And in thinking about the horses, we're going to think of Xavier, we're going to think of Kirit, and definitely Arnie. Because Arnie needs a little bit, maybe, of a lift. I mean, his whole life has been working with horses since he's lived here. And now, making it easier for other horses to come in, giving them a better life, a better area to live, this is good stuff.
I'm very surprised. I didn't think you were going to do that much, really, but now you almost renovate the whole barn. For many years to come, I would like to be here in this place and be happy every morning I come out and see a nice barn. So it's good.
Oh, he's already got a mouthful.
Little horse truck? They've got little ponies over there. Sounds like a mouse.
No? Oh, you don't want to kiss today, eh?
For more information about this show, please visit hgtv.ca.